Welcome back to the 2024 SEC tournament predictions, and let's get right into it with the second, maybe even the first conference in college basketball this season. And let's start with the first round games where we've got Vanderbilt against Arkansas. Vanderbilt coming off a massive win against Florida at home. They also got the best of Texas A&M at home a couple weeks ago, so this team is fiery. Arkansas has been playing some close games too, was in it with Kentucky, and they've been scoring a lot of points, and was in it with Alabama, just came short in overtime there. I like Arkansas to get this win. Again, Vanderbilt coming off a big win, Arkansas coming off a brutal loss. Even though this tournament is in Nashville, I don't expect much of a fan presence from Vanderbilt. Probably not from either of these teams, to be honest. Arkansas having a disappointing season. They have the more loyal fan base, maybe more Vanderbilt crowd here, but I expect it to be pretty neutral. I like Arkansas to bounce back, get the double bounce back here, and move on to play South Carolina in the 12-5. Let's go to the 14-11. Quick note on Missouri, a team that did not win a game in conference, but they are a team that I think of as better than Georgia here. They should be a slight underdog, but going winless in conference play, they've been closer. Close loss to LSU on the last day of the season. Georgia's just been up and down all year. I like the Missouri desperation now. Some of these winless teams sometimes give a little something in these conference tournament because they've been knowing for weeks that they've been out of NCAA tournament considerations. I like Missouri to pull off a slight upset here on the neutral court, get themselves to one win in conference. This Missouri team is really no pushover either. They have a couple decent wins against Pitt and Minnesota in the non-conference, but in the conference play, they've just been abysmal, obviously, with the no wins. But they aren't even power rated last in the conference. That would be Vanderbilt. So I like Missouri to win this one here, pull off a slight upset there. Then we've got the 9-8 matchup. So two bubble teams in the SEC, and we'll get to them. One is Texas A&M at the 7 line. One is Mississippi State here at the 9 line. Mississippi State has lost 4 straight to be in at least the double-digit seed category. I think they're just on the cut line. This is a must-win, and a loss is debilitating for this Mississippi State team. A win is absolutely necessary to advance to play Tennessee, where at least that would be a good loss. But LSU isn't even doing much for their resume in the event of the win, and then it's essentially all or nothing against Tennessee. A win would raise them way out of the bubble picture, but it's just going to be tough for Mississippi State here. I like them to cruise easily, coming off a tough loss there, and LSU coming off another close win. I like to pick these teams when they're on the bounce back there. Then we've got the 12-5 Arkansas, South Carolina. South Carolina is going through it right now after topping off at like 15-12 a couple weeks ago, but they just got that close win against aforementioned Mississippi State, and so they have a little momentum on their side. I think that they can handle an Arkansas team, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go down to a frisky hog squad because Arkansas needs this to get into the tournament, whereas South Carolina is already safely in the field either way. And South Carolina is a little more fraudulent of the teams that are this high in seed line. So I like South Carolina to win, but I think it could be closer than a lot of people think there. Then we've got the 7-10 Ole Miss, Texas A&M. Instant rematch of a game that just happened, and A&M spanked Ole Miss, and I think that it'll happen again. A&M is a couple teams out from being the next 4 out, so that means 8 spots away from the field. They need to win this just to get there. Good win today will enhance the net ranking a little bit. They need another blowout, and they need it soon, and then they probably need to beat Kentucky after that, but let's go one game at a time. I like A&M to spank an Ole Miss team that's just been on the downfall. Chris Beard did all he could to get this team in consideration at the beginning. They will be desperate here. I don't discount the bounce back effect here, especially in the instant rematch, but Texas A&M also needs the game. And so if both teams do, then I'm just going to take the more talented team, which by far is Texas A&M there. Then 14, Missouri against number 6, Florida. Florida bouncing back off a horrible performance at Vanderbilt. I haven't played well in Nashville, as you can see, and they were just turning over the ball left and right, can shoot a little bit better. I like them to blow up Missouri in this game there. Then Mississippi State against Tennessee, and this is one where I don't discount a little upset effect here, but I'm going to take Tennessee. Tough loss against Kentucky at home ruins a 3-game winning streak against ranked teams that they had going there, against Auburn, then at Alabama, then at South Carolina. So a little bit of a head-scratching loss against a Kentucky team that does not care about home and a road, which is a good thing for this neutral site tournament. Either way, I've got Tennessee ending Mississippi's hopes of a SEC title and Mississippi State is going to be tenuously close to the cut line after that performance. LSU win doesn't really do anything, but at least it should be a quality loss to Tennessee, hopefully close so that their net ranking doesn't go down too much there. Then South Carolina against Auburn, and I like this Auburn team. They haven't been good away from home really, but I like them to absolutely smack South Carolina here. I think that this will be, a 20, 30-point game here. I like Auburn to easily cover. South Carolina, little fraudulent, gets another fraudulent win against Mississippi State. Really shouldn't have won that one, but I like Auburn to win easily and cruise into the semifinals where they would play Tennessee there. Then A&M against Kentucky. This game already happened at A&M. A&M won. I like Kentucky to bounce back and win it there. I know Kentucky's hot right now, and after that 3-game home losing streak in conference play, they have bounced back nicely there. Down the stretch of the season with wins at Tennessee, at Auburn, and at Mississippi State on the last few weeks, I like Kentucky to roll against what will be a desperate A&M team. Kentucky is high variance, so A&M could pull off the upset here, but I don't like them to without, 40 points from Wade Taylor or something. But without something like that, I think Kentucky's just more talented. Reed Sheppard, Dillingham should put the ball in the bucket there. Then Florida-Alabama, rematch of that overtime game, and I like Florida to win that one there. Of course, Florida also won at home just now. It was a pretty dominant win by 20+. This Alabama team isn't really doing it for me right now. They're getting blown up by these decent to good teams. Florida will still be reeling off that Vanderbilt loss. I think Florida will want it more here. I think they've been the better team on, neutral and road games. So I like Florida to advance to play Kentucky there. Now let's start with Tennessee against Auburn. And I was actually planning on picking Tennessee to win the tournament, but now I'm reversing course. I like Auburn to win this game. Why? Auburn was well in control of that game at Thompson-Boling Arena, but then they just choked because of the Dalton Knecht effect. Knecht just dropped a ton of points against Kentucky. I don't think he's going to do that on a night-by-night basis. Maybe he gets a hot hand in this tournament, but maybe not. I think that Tennessee also has a tougher draw here. To beat Mississippi State is harder than beating South Carolina. Sorry, Gamecock fans, but it just is. I think Auburn has a better path. I think Auburn can bounce back from that first game, which was on the road, mind you. So now neutral site, Auburn should have more of an edge. I like Auburn to avenge their loss and win there. Then Kentucky, Florida. I like Kentucky to bounce back after Florida already beat them on the road, and that would advance them to the final. I think Kentucky just has a little too much firepower. They also got the extra bye, so Florida will be on their 3rd game in 3 days already, whereas Kentucky will only be on their 2nd. For all those reasons, I like Kentucky to advance to the final. And then 2-seed Kentucky against 4-seed Auburn. And I'm going to take Auburn here. Kentucky manhandled them on the home floor, but I like Auburn to bounce back and win it. Johni Broome and co. I think that they can, get some hot shooting together. They're my dark horse to win this here at the 4-seed. They are the 2nd highest power-rated team in the conference for me, so I like them to win the tournament there. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for other conference tournament videos, and we'll see you in the next one.